Man, the Candace Owens situations take a very dark turn. At this point, she was supposed to come online and provide receipts of her attempted assassination plot in cahoots of France, someone in France and someone in Israel. And she didn't, of course, which we're going to come back to that. I'm going to tell you what I think is ultimately happening with this. I don't think she's just making it up out of thin air, but I do want to point out something that she said that's I've been telling you guys this and you've been ignoring me, and she just flat out said it. Okay, she just flat out said it. All right. So before we get into that, we do have to highlight that she's at this point just flat out trying to destroy Turning Point USA. Flat out trying to destroy them. Okay, I received information last night that put the final pieces together for me. I now can say with full confidence that I believe Charlie Kirk was betrayed by the leadership of Turning Point USA and some of the very people who eulogized him on stage. Yes, I will be naming names and providing evidence for my claims. And I am making a personal plea to every well-meaning person who donated to this godforsaken organization to request a refund. You were lied to, and leadership knew. All right. So now she is saying that with full confidence that he was betrayed by the leadership of Turning Point. She also then goes on to make this claim on yesterday's show, which I've been telling you guys this for a while, when we rolled out the Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, Nick Fuentes challenge, hey, try not to listen to them for 30 days because it's not good for you. It's not good for you. She's now saying the quiet part out loud, okay? So she was supposed to come and provide receipts of this multinational assassination attempt for $1.5 million, which, again, I'll explain how I think she got there in a second. But this is the part that I caught that was pretty alarming. Our Cyber Monday sale is here. And one of the items that we get the most amount of feedback on is our devotional bundle, where you can get yourself our Bless God Prayer Journal, our Bless God Leadership Planner, and the 60-day Occupy Till I Come devotional available right now. And we also just dropped the price on our devotional bundle. You can get one for yourself, and then you have some stuff to give to your friends or family for Christmas. A great way to think of that loved one. And we also have limited numbers of the Dove Bless God hat that Forrest Frank wore and immediately sold out. They're back in stock. There's a limited number of them available. It's on sale now. Go to blessgod.co and pick yours up.
In the wake of me having learned that France apparently paid for my assassination and that the French Foreign Legion was apparently involved and on the ground at UVU on the day of Charlie Kirk's assassination. And we should probably begin there. Foremost, if you were one of the people online who believed for a single second that it was even a remote possibility that I simply made up a French assassination attempt heading into Thanksgiving week, I don't know, for attention or something. I sat around and I said, I'm just not getting enough attention. How can I start a global conversation about me? And then I came up with this idea of creating fan fiction where I imagined myself as the victim of a multinational state plot to murder me. Yeah,
I'm going to explain how she got there, okay? Her point here is ridiculous.
You thought that for a single second, that it was for funsies because I'm not busy or anything, then you're just not sober, you're not paying attention to anything, and you need to wake up real fast. We're gonna
you need to wake up real fast. So she's the ultimate source of authority. Now watch what she goes on to say here.
Move quickly through a lot of things this week because everyone in the world needs to wake up to how things actually work.
Okay, everyone in the world, this is the quiet part out loud. I've been saying this to you guys for a while. Stop consuming this stuff. It's brain rot. It's hurting you. It's not charging you to go out and live God's purpose for your life. It's not charging you to go out and make something of your life. Okay? Listen to her claims now. You need to wake up about how the world really works. LOL to the idea of...
LOL to the idea of Western democracy. LOL to the idea that you can win in life.
LOL to the idea that you can win in life. Meanwhile, she's winning in life. She's probably made in the 8 figures off of all this Charlie Kirk stuff. When you factor in the views and the number of integrations in the videos, well into the 8 figures. Okay? But you're not going to win in life. LOL at that.
Everything's basically, you've set the stage for a meritocracy and you can get ahead. No, actually, as you learn things, you become a target. You become a target to people that operate in the shadows. And
so LOL to meritocracy, LOL to you getting ahead, LOL to you winning in life. You just need to, as you learn things, you become a target, and because she's a target. So you need to now just listen to her so that you don't get zapped by the psyop.
That is, I think, what we are all learning in the wake of the last couple of months, especially. Now, going back to November 25th, I obviously tweeted exactly what I was informed. Okay, I'm going to read that tweet to you in its entirety.
Just this weird sleight of hand. Watch this.
Who in the American government can be trusted since this source claims that our leaders are aware? But I have more specific information, which is definitively verifiable, should they care to reach out to me.
By the way, her contacting the FBI was her sending a text message. She didn't go through proper channels, because she probably knows that if you file something like this that's false, you can get in serious trouble.
Now, if you are, in fact, currently at this moment, the first man of France, that would be Brigitte Macron, and you are currently suing a podcaster in America named Candace Owens for defamation, for telling the truth, right? And the story that you are trying to sell to the public is that you were really deep down in your heart, you really believe that you are a woman and Candace is just crazy.
No. She's suing you for claiming that she's a man after providing you evidence that she is a woman. Birth records, childhood photos, so on and so forth. So that's why she's suing you. You've lied about that, right? She said, "Oh, you're not suing me for claiming you're a man. You're suing me for everything around it," right? We covered that. And you can read the lawsuit for yourself.
And desperate for clicks and willing to defame you for money. Then Candace Owens publicly proclaiming and accusing you of something directly implicated in her assassination, a claim which has gone viral. When I say viral, I mean just the tweet alone had over 100,000 retweets and 45 million impressions on X alone, okay? This would...
It's a bandwagon fallacy. Just because something is popular doesn't mean it's true.
...be your unique opportunity as the French first man to prove your case about Candace to the public.
You catch that? She makes an outlandish claim that there's a Israeli and French assassin together with her, together coming after her, 1.5 million, and then says, this would be the time for you to prove your case. That's not how this works. You made the claims. The burden of proof is on you to provide the receipts.
Right, in the court of public opinion. This would be your time to slam dunk. Remember, the French couple has been so psychotically obsessed with trying to paint me as conflicted in my reporting that they even hired a private investigator to try to see if I was colluding with other state actors. You know?
Yeah, yes, because there's a lot of money being flown in from Qatar and all these other places. Yeah, yes. They hired an investigator. This is her receipts.
If you're the French couple, to come out and to prove your point, to make a stunning and a swift statement, right? We are shocked.
Why would they need to prove their point for you making an outlandish claim?
By the accusation, of course, never in a million years. Oh, we told you guys, this is just for clicks, it's for money. This is beyond anything we've ever heard. I hope Candace gets well soon. That would be what I would say you should do if I'm advising you from a PR standpoint.
This is
right.
Crazy.
In American basketball terms, this is like a flagrant foul, and you now get some free throws, right? If you're the French couple, you're going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees, investigative fees, and PR fees in a country.
They're trying to Alex Jones her.
On the other side of the Atlantic, trying desperately to paint me as a lunatic, and I give you the opportunity to spike the ball to prove that I'm a lunatic, and you don't do it? No, they didn't do it, did they? If you've been paying attention, they did not do it. Of course, they send out the people on Twitter who get to come out and say,
no, we just think you're crazy and we think you need help.
Oh, I think she's crazy. I think she's making it up. They do this. We
never said you're making it up. I'm going to explain how this exactly happened for her.
Always doing this every week. Oh, Trump never called her about Brigitte Macron. She's making that up for attention. Oh, she's lying. Charlie Kirk never changed his mind about Israel. She's making that up for attention. This is what we do every week, right? We're hamsters on a wheel. And so we're back to that again, right? People saying that I made it up. But what did the French couple do? That's what matters. It's now been a full week since I made that announcement. And here is the official response issued by the Élysée Palace.
So this is true because the French couple didn't put out a statement. This is true.
Nothing.
This is her evidence.
Nothing. I want you to bear in mind that this was front page global news from the United States to Russia. And I publicly challenged the Candace is making everything up crowd to prove it. Press the White House for.
She publicly challenged the Candace is making up. She publicly challenged that we are to make it, that we are to make a statement about this and disprove her claims. That is not how this works. You're making crazy claims. It is on you to substantiate your claims with proof.
Response, right? The White House the ball is very firmly in their court. And a week later, this is the official White House response. So what are we to make of that, you guys?
Nothing. There's nothing to make of it. They think you've gone off the rails. They're not even entertaining this. Sending a text message to someone you know at the FBI is not you filing an official police report.
Reported to the White House? Of course I reported it to the White House. Did I report to the FBI? Of course I reported it to the FBI. Did I report it to our counterterrorism unit? Of course I reported it, because I'm telling you there's a paper trail, common sense. You think I'm just doing that because I'm assuming you could get a felony for making something up out of thin air like that? You can't just use United States resources to go after somebody in a plot that never existed that you did for clicks on YouTube.
The burden of proof is on everyone who said that she's off her rocker. No, the burden of proof is on her. Now, how did she get here? How did she get here? I don't think she made it up from thin air. I don't think that's what happened at all. I think what happened is she has her deputized community that is able to send her anything. And there was someone that probably put together documents that they could have made. They could have made using AI. They could have made in Photoshop. They could have made them a variety of ways, sent her documents. And because she's so unhinged and paranoid that she saw the documents, thought they were real, and put up the post on X. That's probably what happened. When you're this unwell, you're already paranoid. And so could it be a troll? Could it be somebody messing with her? Who knows? Who knows what it could be? But to then say, all you guys said I was crazy, now prove that I'm lying. No one has to prove that you're lying. You have to substantiate that you're telling the truth. That's how this works. Again, within the deeper web of all of this telling you repeatedly that the system is rigged, you can't get ahead, the meritocracy doesn't exist, right? That's the deeper brain rot. That's the deeper issue within all of this is it's not healthy for you to listen to this sort of stuff. It's not healthy for you to meditate on this. She's saying the quiet part out loud. By the way, all these people are elites, with the caveat of Nick Fuentes, who lives in his mother's basement, right? And is an asexual dude that's never been married, never had a girlfriend, and been on multiple dates with gay dudes. But maybe he's not gay. I don't know. Okay. Tucker has went on record multiple times bragging about how he's a trust fund baby and he never has to work his day in his life. Candace Owens' husband is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. These people are the elites trying to masquerade as one of you, and then telling you can't get ahead and the system is rigged and meritocracy is done and the American dream is over and all this sort of stuff. It's awful for you. It's awful for you to consume this sort of stuff. So it's actually, at least she's now saying the disgusting ideology out loud. At least she's saying it out loud. And now you get to sit here and saying, well, what am I going to do with that? Am I going to continue marinating on it? Or is Ruslan the guy that'll tell me the things I don't want to hear? Or maybe he's onto something by saying, hey, take a month off from Candace and Tucker and Nick. Take a month off. Take a month off and only listen to Christian preaching and pastors and Christian podcasters and Bible and audio books that are going to build you up, worship music, Christian. Just try it for a month. Just try it for a month. Try it for a month and see what happens. See how you feel. See how you feel. Right? I'm going to tell you what you don't want to hear. I'm not going to coddle you. I'm not going to lie to you. But that doesn't go viral. Coming up with crazy stories about all this stuff is much more sensational and entertaining. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. If you liked it, then hit the like button. If you liked it a lot and have a thought to share, leave a comment. If you are listening to this on the podcast app, make sure to leave a review, and you could even leave a comment over there. And if you want to watch another video that is recommended just for you, hit this video over here. Let me know if they nailed it. Also, you can partner with us monthly, which helps us out a lot in our monthly community. Get access to early drops and all that kind of good stuff over here. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace.